Am I live? Oh, I'm live. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so it's super late and no one's really online right now, but I'm just gonna blow through this video. Did I put a title on here? I don't know. Hopefully. Anyway, I'm talking about Ascension symptoms tonight, and yeah, just looking into that a little bit deeper, and health and taking care of our bodies. Hey! So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of like run through this because I'm gonna upload this to my page on YouTube after. So if I seem like I'm talking to myself, if you guys jump in, that's why. But yeah, so we're gonna go over Ascension symptoms. And I use them in quotes because they get like, it's gotten like super hyped up, and I feel like there's a lot of info out there that will say like certain health symptoms are, you know, just Ascension symptoms, and that people will ignore that and be like, oh, it's just spiritual, and like ignore their physical health. But you know, that's your root chakra, right? So we need to, if you ignore your physical health, it's all spiritual when it comes down to it. So yeah, so I just wanted to break down like what Ascension symptoms actually are, like why your body goes through them, and like why it's not such a hype, but also kind of like you can say like, okay, I'm definitely feeling it. But so this ascension and shift of consciousness is essentially that, right? It's like an upgrade and a change of our consciousness. And what is consciousness is awareness. Like that's what consciousness means. So as like, not even in a spiritual way, as just like looking at like from science and like human evolution, and as we like learn and grow throughout history, right? We only invented soap a few hundred years ago. So of course we're going to grow and become aware of more that we never knew before, because humans are getting smarter, because we're growing. So as the earth ascends, because the earth is going through, I'll talk about it in like the spiritual and like physical, realistic, like 3D way, right? So the earth is kind of going through an ascension process. That's what the whole shift is. It started in like the early 2000s, but I feel like dates and times don't really matter at this point, because that's kind of like all like old earth stuff is like needing to have this specific time, if that makes sense. But yeah, so part of it is like we are being upgraded, right, on like a cellular level. And even if you want to look into the science, like sunlight and like pineal gland and all that stuff, like that, yeah, we are getting like an increase in that. And as you like raise your vibration, you bring more light in, and it kind of changes your consciousness on a cellular level. So like that's the spiritual side of it, right? But on the physical side, and it is spiritual too, I feel like, especially for like the disability community, like there's going to be a lot of ableism called out in the spiritual community soon, if not now. And ableism, it's another ism against disabled people, right? It's, how able-bodied you are determines your worth as a human. And let's think about it, like we kind of, as a collective, still kind of work on that. Like, we just see someone disabled and automatically assume they're like somehow less than, right? And less than whole. And I feel like the spiritual community, the past, I don't know how many years, I use the term victim blaming. Like, I don't know if it was intentional, but there's like this almost like idea that's become ingrained that like we're responsible for all our like any physical thing that's wrong, considered wrong or whatever, which I'm not gonna get into it. Like energetically, I guess you can say that, yeah, like energy pools in areas and causes problems, but that's also like old earth energy, because that's kind of ableism. That's saying like people that have illnesses deserve, like somehow brought upon themselves, or are less than, or are lower vibration. But again, like that's kind of like an old way of looking at things, because how your body is and how able-bodied you are doesn't determine how, like, able to be, you know, what do you call it, functioning member of society plus more, and give amazing things to humanity, you know what I mean? But, and I think as we slow down and there's like this more of a movement toward mental health and, you know, flipping the ableism switch, and people, as we, you know, science goes on too, we have more testing available, more people are finding, you know, answers to problems they've always had, you know, genetic disorders and this and that. So, we've come a long way, and it's not, I want to help flip that switch of, like, if there's something wrong with you or you're ill, that, like, you're less than whole, you're not spiritually whole, like, you know, you can't ever be I don't know, like gurus never get sick, you know? Think of, like, does the Dalai Lama never get a cold? You know what I mean? Like, does he take, you know, blood thinners? You know, like, yeah, and we're in these physical bodies, but, and yeah, if you want to look at it where negative energy is and anxiety is pooled in our bodies, like, yeah, like, have you seen the news? Like, have you seen the world? Like, there's validation for that, for all of humanity to be that. So therefore, like, we're still whole, though. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't. I want to just knock that idea of, if you're sick or disabled in some way, that you are not finished spiritually because you have to, like, spiritually. That's bullshit. But when going back to Ascension symptoms, I really feel like it's just, as we become more aware, right? Our consciousness is, you know, becoming more conscious of more things. We're more aware of our body too, and we're more in tune with our body and in tune with our, like, highest self. And, like, as you go along your own personal journey and, you know, change your own vibration, however, you know, and it's not like certain people are vibrating up here and some people are vibrating down there. Like, everyone's just reconnecting and recalibrating, right? Oh, I kind of lost my train of thought there for a sec. With vibration and recalibrating. Yeah, so I was gonna tell you the story about my palpitations. But, so for me, I'm at a, like, my Ascension symptoms are, one, I know I need way more water because I'm way thirstier than I've ever been, and, like, not abnormally, not like go see a doctor thirsty, but that, and I'm, like, just wanting water, you know? So, again, the whole look up Dr. Emoto's studies on water, and our bodies are a mostly big percentage of water, so just think again on that, like, energy, cellular healing level. Yeah, I probably think, like, my highest self needs more water, and it's just like, alright, you can drink more water, because you need to do some healing on a cellular level. You know what I mean? Or just, you know, being healthier, because I don't eat the healthiest, and I need to eat healthier. And then another example is, like, heart palpitations, and I noticed the other day, I'm at a point where, because, like, I have a history, on my diagnosis you would see PTSD, right? It's been a long journey, and now I'm at the point where it's purely physiological, and it's cool, I was just talking to someone about this who also experiences this, right when I said I was going to make this video. So where I'm at now, like, I don't really have panic attacks. I'm just, like, I guess if something really bad is going to happen, I'll, like, panic. But, like, something in my wiring will make, like, my heart just races really quick. Like, and it's really easy to make my heart race. And it's not even, like, stuff that's, like, negative. Like, I was watching The Umbrella Academy, and I was so into this show and so excited that I had to stop and take a pill to, like, relax, because I was and I realized, I was like, am I having new heart palpitations? I realized, no. I've just always, like, I guess, not ignored them. I'm just now more aware that I wasn't listening to them, and I kind of was ignoring them, or just, because it was, you know, like, it's such a familiar feeling in my body that I wasn't really as in tune to it all the time. But now, I don't know, it's just like, it's more of a thing, and it bothers me more. I have to cut down my caffeine, and I'm, like, a coffee person. so it's not. I have big attachments to coffee, and no, decaf is not the same. It tastes different. It's not the same. But anyway, so it's just like listening to my body and listening to what it needs, and you know, it's probably a good thing because having heart palpitations for extremely long periods of time, it's probably not good for my heart. So but also I'm not just letting it go. I do have medication that I tried to treat with. Some of them are also my body. It's another thing. Like, my body does not like certain medications anymore. It's weird. But I'm okay. Like, I'm okay changing the dose on them, you know? But my goal is to try to come down off those, and I tried those soul drops lately, and like sacred plant microdosing, and it sounds like mushrooms, but it's actually not mushrooms. They're just different plants. And they're a little pricey, so I know they're not for everyone, and I was lucky enough to get them. And I'll just say this, I don't know if it is a placebo. I'm fine with it, because I think I found a little magic key for me. So I'm going to continue that stuff and continue meditating, because I know from firsthand experience and just from studying it that it will help stuff like heart palpitations, especially like long term. It really does changes to your body. Meditation. So that's my goal. Like, my plan. I know what I have to do. You know, next time I go to the doctors, I will be talking about dose changes. So, you know, it's like a mix of spiritual and you know, non-spiritual, physical, normal, everyday stuff. But like, all of it is physical, because that's your root chakra, right? So yeah, that's pretty much all of it. I don't know how long this was. Hopefully not too long, because I don't want to upload this huge thing. But if you resonated, cool, let me know. Yeah, I'd love to hear your comments on it, especially if you are disabled and spiritual, and if you've ever felt like you didn't belong because you're disabled and someone made you feel like broken and not whole. I'm sorry they made you feel that way. Yeah, screw them. You're totally whole, and disabled people and every marginalized group, to be honest, I think is really leading the new spiritual wave happening. So there, follow your friends with wheelchairs and such, and or not, and listen when they say they're disabled. Believe them, because there's so many people walking around with invisible disabilities that, you know, struggle in silence because there's so many stigmas. So I think that's another thing that's, you know, with this movement, and it's really all toward, you know, love and acceptance and understanding and compassion. And to have compassion, really have compassion, we need to understand. So again, awareness, consciousness shift, awareness shift. We're becoming more aware, that's all. And disabled does not mean not whole. Yeah, okay, that's pretty much it. We'll talk to you guys later. I hope you liked this video and it was relevant. I'm gonna try to get to bed and knock myself out somehow, because there's another Ascension symptom is I'm wired at night. Oh man, people are joining. I'm just ending. Hey, cool. All right, I'm about to save this and then upload it. So, cause yeah, I'm pretty much talked out. But okay, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thank you for joining, and yeah, if you hang on a sec, it will be on my page in like real soon. Okay. Stay taking care of yourselves. Drink lots of water. Drink lots of water, and yeah. Stay happy and peaceful, because stress does not do anything to your body. So there's no good in it. Okay. See you later.